So mineral makeup, what is it? Well, mineral makeup is basically either a loose powder like this or a pressed powder like this one, and it's basically made from crushed rocks which have pigments in them which are natural origin, so earthy things and things like that. And the claims are that you can sleep in it because it's so natural and it doesn't block your pores and it's so inert, it's not going to upset sensitive skins. It's really good for oily skins, it's really good for all ages. That's not what I found. I don't think mineral makeup is for everybody using the conventional technique of a big fluffy brush, tapping into the product, swirling into the product, tapping off the excess and buffing onto the face. That doesn't work for people like me. I have very dry combination skin, so this sort of action of buffing just brings out dry patches on the skin. So I'm going to show you a different method for mineral makeup application, because I do believe that it's natural, it won't upset your skin, but it gives you the best full coverage makeup without it being heavy and cakey. So that's what we're going to do. Before applying any mineral foundation, you need to prepare your skin. Now, if you're a little bit older like me, you will have fine lines around the nose and mouth and around the eyes. So you need to moisturise really well, or the mineral will just sit in any wrinkles. And when you smile, these wrinkles, which are really normal, suddenly seem advanced by 20 years. And that's what I found a lot of the time, that people say that mineral makeup sits in my wrinkles, it makes my face feel tight, it makes my wrinkles worse, it sits in them. So I've got two things here that you can use. Now the first one is a primer. This one is a clear gel primer by Smashbox. It's called Photofinish, and it's great. It's a line filler, a pore filler, and it prepares the skin and blocks oil and your moisturiser from being sucked in to the foundation, the mineral foundation, and breaking through a shine. Now, the other trick I have for you is, I have a new brand here. This is called BM Beauty, and this is their mineral veil. If you don't want to use a primer, if you're allergic to any of the ingredients in it, then this is a fabulous way to prepare your skin. This is a booster that you normally put on after putting on mineral foundation, but if you want to do a bit of pore filling, line filling, use this first. Basically take a very light dusting over the face, no buffing, push it in with your fingers or a clean sponge, and your face will be ready. So that's a top tip. Use this before and after. And I'm going to use a bit of silicone-based primer. So I just need the tiniest amount, because you want the thinnest level just to fill in pores and fine lines. So I mainly use it on the forehead where I have fine lines, around the eyes, and around the nose, and that's kind of about it. Now, the one thing I don't like about mineral foundations and concealers is I don't use them under my eyes. They just don't sit very well under the eyes at all. You can use a very light layer, but I've actually just used an under eye sort of highlighter, a clicky pen, to just brighten the area and take away any darkness. So now I'm going to take a mineral foundation, and I'm going to use a new one. This one is Flawless You Forever, which is an American brand, and you can get it on their website. And I'm going to take the colour Sand, which is a pretty perfect match for my skin. Now, you just heard me reach over and grab a tissue. I never use minerals that I might use on somebody else by dipping into them. If it's my personal makeup, that's fine. But if it's not, and you're thinking of sharing it, take a little bit of your mineral foundation and pop it onto a clean tissue. Only take out how much you think you're going to use. The other thing you can tell a really good mineral is if you take a bit on your finger like this and rub it between your fingers. Now, some of it will fall away, but it should feel silky soft and glide about, and what will happen is it will end up looking like a normal foundation. It will go into the lines of your thumbprints, of your fingerprints, and it will be really creamy. That's the mark of a good mineral. I mean, you can hardly see it. It's just gone in and it's really creamy. Hang on to that. I'm going to show you the second technique. Now I've got some on my fingers. So you have some on your fingers, clean, dry hands, And now we're just going to push it onto the face. And you can see I've got some redness here, so just grab that and push it on. Onto the tissue and cover. And it's the heat from your hands and the action of pressing which is going to cover and give you a really good coverage. So I'm just tapping that up to meet the rest of the face. So I'm tapping it on kind of randomly and then doing this rolling action which buffs it into the skin without upsetting any dry patches, because I'm pushing down, not buffing upwards. And that has given me a really, really lovely soft base. This is such a great technique because I find using a big fluffy brush, not only do you get the inhaling problems, but you also sort of, it's very wasteful, I think. And I'm just blending that in and under the eyes really gently. Now some people might not like this, they might feel it's a bit inconvenient and you just want a brush to sort of buff it in and tap it in. You can always buff afterwards, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I've taken my foundation brush, I've just stroked it onto my tissue and my mineral powder, and I'm going to do the same action. Just buff it gently into the areas that you want it and build up that coverage and over. You don't have to do the whole buff, tap, swirl thing, and you will get impeccable coverage just by using this push method. And I'm just sweeping any away from under the eyes and then over the forehead, and it's wonderful, it really is good. And that is quick and easy. Just pushing. So you can either use your fingers or you can use your brush. You can either use it as a concealer by using a small flat brush, or you can just take your buffer brush and sweep away downwards any excess that may be on the face. And then buff it over the neck. I don't normally have dry skin on my neck, so I'm just going to blend it down. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.